Good morning, students, and welcome to week 2 in your University Experience 100 class. Alright, so before we go into week 2's activities, let's kind of talk about what we did last week. And let's see, you started by introducing yourselves in the Introduce Yourself discussion board, and as of yesterday morning, I had met all of you and given a short reply. I'm very pleased to have all of you. We've got a very diverse student body in this class. We've got some non-traditionals, meaning older folks like myself that are returning to school. Very happy to have you. We've got traditional freshmen. It seems like we've got traditional freshmen both taking this class truly at a distance, and a fair number of you that are actually campus students taking this class online. And lastly, we have a good number of dual enrolled or dual credit students. I'm not really sure of the difference between those two, but we've got high school students taking this class from various locations around Missouri, and so we're very happy to have you as well, getting a head start on your college credits. Congratulations to you. So very happy to meet all of you. Next, you sent me an email using proper etiquette, and for the most part those were fine. There were a couple of you that lost some points because you neglected to close your email properly. So please pay close attention to instructions in all your assignments in college. The devil's in the details, so don't overlook things. Take your time and follow instructions the best you can in all of your classes. So lastly, you uploaded a reflection form after watching the MSSU history video. Oh, wait, let's go back to the email for a second. So you mentioned a couple of items out of the Rorys guide, so I'm pleased that all of you have your Rorys guide, and I'm pleased that we've looked at those first two sections and you found things of interest. There were many of you that were pleased to find all of the resources that MSSU dedicates to freshman success. Oh, by the way, we also have a couple of non-freshman students in this class. So we've got a junior and a senior, I think, that have just now been informed that, hey, you need these credits to graduate. So welcome to you too, and sorry you're getting the word a little late. But this won't be too painful, I promise. Okay, so back to the Rorys guide. So several of you noticed in section 1 the vast array of services that MSSU dedicates to your success, and these are not inexpensive services. They require facilities, they require staff, they require expertise, and all of this costs money, and it's all there for you. So I encourage all of you to take advantage of these things, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back to the Rorys guide and have a look at everything that MSSU provides to you free of charge for your success. And it covers the gamut of things you might need, from academic advising to mental health counseling to career services, which we'll look at this week. I can't even name them all, but if there's ever been a student with a need and MSSU could step up and help that student succeed, we've gone forward with providing that service long term for our students. So I'm glad that some of you found that and appreciated that. A lot of you mentioned how helpful it was to see the names and numbers chart, as well as kind of the offices, like who to contact or where certain offices are, and their contact information. Very, very helpful if you're a campus student or a distance student to have those names and numbers in a handy reference for when you need to contact people at campus, either email or phone or a face-to-face visit. So I'm glad you found those things and find them helpful, and the campus map was mentioned by a lot of you. Moving into technology, there were a lot of you that didn't know about our mobile app, and you discovered that we had one. And our IT department has spent and continues to spend a lot of man hours and resources in developing that app and making it as useful and beneficial as they can for everyone here on campus. So I'm glad that a lot of you discovered we had one of those, and I hope it works out for you, and I hope it helps you. Next up in technology, there were a couple of you that had questions answered about Blackboard, which is great, and then a lot of you that discovered that as a student at MSSU, you get a license for Office 365. And Office 365 is the Microsoft Office production suite online. So you get this online, this cloud version of Microsoft. And you get it through your student email account. So in your email account, you've got, and I'm not really sure, I wish I could show you, but it's different for faculty and staff how it looks on that interface. But as a student, when you log into your email, somewhere in there are menu items that take you to Office 365. And you've got OneDrive, which is cloud storage for your work, and you've got web-based versions of Excel, Word, PowerPoint, etc. Okay, so it's a wonderful technology suite for you to use as students. Now, as faculty and staff, we actually get license included with that to download the what they call a native, download Office native to 5 computers. And I'm not sure if students get that or not, but you might want to call the help desk at 659-4444 and ask about that. You may not be limited to just using Office in the cloud. You may actually be able to, you may have license to download it and install it on a certain number of computers or devices that you use. Okay, so yeah, so that was your questions in the email. Next up, your reflection on the MSSU history video. A lot of you were just kind of impressed with the history. You didn't know a lot about it, and I admit, before I saw that video, I was in the same boat. And it is very nice to know the history of the institution because we're all part of that history now. And MSSU has come a long way, and there are also still bigger plans for the future. So thanks for watching that, and thanks for your reflections. Okay, moving on to this week. So I'm going to scroll down here to week 2. In our agenda, in the in-class folder, you've got several videos to watch, and these videos are pertaining to some of the service arms, service branches, service offices that Missouri Southern has for your benefit. So you're going to watch all those. Also, in this, you're going to watch all those videos. All right, now let's move on to in Blackboard what you're going to do. The videos are in the classroom activities folder. In Blackboard assignments, you've got 2 uploads for this week. They are the advisor card. You're going to complete an advisor card this week, due Friday. This advisor card is due Friday, and a career services worksheet, which you'll complete after watching the career services video in the class folder. So I'm going to pull up the advisor sheet real quick here. It looks like this. Your instructions are on the top there, and you fill out all of this information. Don't leave anything blank. If you don't know your major or your major code or your minor code, guess where you find it? Your Rorys guide. That's right. That information is in your Rorys guide. I'm not really sure where, but it's in there. I was just looking at it. So in your Rorys guide, there is a section on major and minor codes. La-di-da-di-da. Well, I'm not going to spend time looking for it. That's where you're going to find that information here, okay? Now, for my high school dual credit, dual enrolled students, fill this out as best you can. You don't have an MSSU advisor. You've got a high school counselor advisor. Use that information. But for all MSS information that you do have, like an email address and an SID, I do expect you to include those things, okay? So your advisor card is your first assignment, and then next up is your career services worksheet, the simple worksheet. You can answer these questions after watching that career services video. All right, next up is I'm going to go back to the agenda here. So for this week's discussion, it's not in there yet, but there is going to be a discussion board. It will be a graded discussion board, and it will be where you earn your participation points for the week, 20 points per week for participation. So I don't have the discussion board up there. I will get it up soon. Your participation in this discussion board won't be due until Sunday. The career services worksheet also is not due until Sunday. The advisor card is due Friday. So the discussion, the participation for this week, I'm not really sure how it's going to look, but we are going to discuss the services. This is what we'll be discussing, all right? So, and I will post an announcement when I get that discussion board, participation discussion board up for you to use. Okay, finally for this week is discussion about co-curricular assignments. Now, no one in this class will be required to attend activities on campus. I will develop alternative work for you that you will complete and submit in week 7 or by week 7 of this class. So for right now, if you're truly at a distance, don't worry, I will make everything clear as time goes on. However, for those of you in this class that are here on campus, I want you to know that in the classroom activities folder, I have put a folder called Campus Activity Handouts. In this folder, I've got digital copies of all of the events going on at campus. So I've put these here for your convenience. So please, if you're on campus, I highly encourage you to look at these and get involved, okay? Being involved in CAB events or extracurricular activities is a powerful indicator of success. You look at students that have finished to degree completion, one thing that is consistent throughout their career at college is participation in campus activities and extracurricular events, okay? So don't let go of this opportunity if you're here on campus to take this opportunity and do these things. Now, also, if you are on campus, I have copies of the actual these handouts, right? Analog versions instead of digital that I encourage you to stop by my office and pick up. The Korean Film Passport, the CAB events postcard, and our movie schedule, as well as our intramural sports schedule. Okay, so please swing by my office and grab an analog copy of those if you're on campus. All right, I'm way over 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. I will be in touch shortly with the discussion board for participation for the week. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.